What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy, Cam ATL, and welcome back to a Prizepicks video with your boy. Drop a like down below because I already know you're going to love it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Comment anything in the comment section to enter your name into the $50 giveaway that I do every single week on this channel. Welcome into the video today. It's going to be a little different. We're not going to necessarily talk about any particular picks, but we're going to go over the Props Made Easy tools and show you guys the best ways to use it, show you the updates that have been made, because the last time a video came out about Props Made Easy and how to use it, it's been a while. It's been like 6+ months, and there's been so many advancements with the Props Made Easy tools. So many upgrades have been made since that time. So definitely want to get into that real quick. Let's go to the PME tools. First and foremost, if you're new to the Props Made Easy tools, what they do is they give you the ability to immediately find the best options on Prizepicks, DraftKings Pick 6, BetMGM, FanDuel, Caesars, PointsBet, DraftKings, and Underdog in the matter of seconds. Okay, there's no need to do anything else. To give you an idea of where the data comes from on Props Made Easy, because I know one of the most important things to bring trust from the consumer to what they're using is how solid the data is, because there's some places you'll see that have a play on a certain side not really taking reliable data. You can find multiple different data sources that'll be on different, like the projections will be different and all types of stuff. So you can find a lot of jumbled numbers in the industry altogether. With Props Made Easy, we take it very, very seriously when it comes to where we're getting our data from. So first and foremost, as you can see here, this is the NBA tool at Props Made Easy. If you click right here where it says NBA, you'll see the other options we have. We have MLB first inning runs tool, NHL, MMA, tennis, college basketball, women's college basketball, PGA, soccer, Call of Duty, League of Legends, CS2, and Valorant. That is all that we have available, and we will be adding more as time goes on still. We're only a year in that Props Made Easy has been available, and we're already at the 8,000 active members mark, which is amazing to see the growth. But I know a lot of people have been asking about different things that have been done. So first and foremost, too, if you're new, the plus EV plus projection is automatically going to be highlighted on NBA, MLB, NHL, and NFL. Those are our four main sports that we will also have projected stats for. Now, what that means is when you look at NBA, you see how they're highlighted green. You'll see a PME consensus odds area, which is our PME consensus odds takes all sports books and put them into one line to give you the most accurate representation of where Vegas is. As you guys know, when you look among different sports books, they'll have different lines, different odds, all that type of stuff. So a lot of people will just kind of focus on one odds and make their mind up based off that. PME consensus odds will bring you the most accurate idea of that because it takes all sports books, put them into one line. Okay, so for example, with Giannis here, points plus rebounds, PME pick right here says over. The Prizepicks line is at 41.5. Now, first and foremost, I know there's this thing in the industry where you're immediately looking for the highest number on each side, right? You can ignore that when it comes to the PME consensus top odds because a lot of these times they'll be full point differentials. So as you can see here, the PME consensus odd for the points and rebounds for Giannis after taking the average of all the sports books is up to 42.5. So regardless of where the minus is, it doesn't matter. The better value is on the over, which is, as you could tell, it's highlighted green because it's a full point difference already. It's a full point over where the line is on Prizepicks, which would obviously tell you the over is the play there. Then right here under projection, you have our projected stat for that stat type. Our projection comes from our partners at Sports Data IO, a big time sports data company that gives us the most accurate projected stats we can possibly find. We wanted to, when we said, hey, where are we wanting to get our projected stats from? Because that's going to be a big part of Props Made Easy. We said, let's go to the biggest in the industry. Let's go and get the absolute best, and so that the information that we're giving and the data we're giving our people is the absolute most accurate that we can possibly find. And Sports Data IO has won awards over the years for top fantasy data, top projected stats, top data company in general when it comes to sports. Partnered with ESPN, FanDuel, all types of stuff. So big time company is where we get these projections from. These are not just man-made out of nowhere. They're very thought out, data-oriented projections. Okay, a lot goes into these. Projection differential is going to show you the difference between our projection number and between the line on Prizepicks. So that's what that is. 0.7 would be the difference between the 41.5 line that his points and rebounds is set at. In the projection, 42.02 is a 0.7 projection differential. Now, if the projection differential is over and the PME consensus odds say over, then that is a plus EV plus projection play. If you're getting what I'm throwing at you right now, okay? Because the PME consensus odds are a full point above, and you have the projection at 42.2. Both of those numbers are over the 41.5, which makes it plus EV plus projection. The most important thing in sports betting is to check as many boxes as you can for each player, right? To make sure you're looking at all the data points, make sure you're looking at EV properly, all of that stuff, right? Props Made Easy does that for you automatically. When you first open this up, right? If I refresh right now, all right, just refreshing the tools real quick, you will see it's real-time updates you for the absolute best options in order. As you can see, since I started this video, DeAndre Hunter jumped into the top spot, being the best option on this slate. His points assists under 19.5. Why is that? Because the PME consensus odds have it all the way down to 18.5, a full point differential on the under. So automatically you know EV's on the under. Regardless of the minus being higher over here on the over, it doesn't matter because it's already a full point under at 18.5. So the under is the great EV spot. Projections 18.5 to a minus 0.98, so even higher than the 0.7 here. Now, we do have members that will literally sort by projection differential. You can do that. That's a fine option. But I recommend that you let the tools do the work for you. A big mistake that people make in this industry is they just allow themselves to overthink. Overthinking is one of the biggest mistakes that people make in this industry. All right, they allow themselves to convince themselves off of a play that is a fantastic play, because no matter how much good you find on a player, right, that points you to one side of the line, you're always going to find some data that might confuse you and might make you feel like maybe you're not on the right side. So what Props Made Easy does is it takes all that information for you and shows you immediately what you would find if you research all day, right there in order in front of you. So DeAndre Hunter points assists under 19.5 is the absolute best plus EV plus projection play for the day, meaning EV and projection on the same side of the line on his under. And then Giannis points and rebounds over 41.5 would be the next highest. I'm doing this video on a day where there's only 2 games, or there would be much more options up at the top here. But you get the gist, right? It's in order. Now, this button right here with the little sniper emoji, what this will do is it'll snipe out the absolute best plays for you. Now, what that means is any play that has a PME consensus odd differential of a full point, like DeAndre Hunter with the full point differential down to 18.5, or like Giannis where it's a full point 42.5 over the 41.5, those will show there, as well as any lines that are the same. Like, let's imagine this was 41.5, and then this PME consensus was also 41.5, and it was over on minus 140, minus 145. Anything minus 140 and above that is the same line will show on Sniper, because guess what? When you see that, most likely that line's going to be bumped soon, and the snipe play, it wants to snipe those plays out before the bumps. So that's pretty much what that does. It pulls every single play that is the absolute best play and tries to get you to get those in before the bumps happen. A lot of times when you see these full point differentials, those will bump fairly quickly. You'll see that line, like Prizepicks, should be at 18.5, but instead they're at 19.5. So they're a full point higher than where they should be. Our PME consensus odds pretty much show you where they should be, because you take the average of all the sports books. That's the most accurate representation of where the line is. Okay, so it really gives you a good, accurate idea of that. Next thing, the little Goblin emoji. Now, on Prizepicks, they have Goblin options, right? The big value options. Now, I know a lot of people like to bet on demons. The issue with the demons, and Props Made Easy is here to show you the absolute best based off data plays, right? Now, with that being said, there's no way that Props Made Easy can give you data that'll tell you that demons are good play, the red guys. The reason being is because they're not great plays. You're taking much more risk to win more money, yes, but you're taking much more risk. In this industry, the most important thing is making money, correct? Whether that's even $1 at the end of the night, you profited $1. That doesn't matter how much you profited. A lot of people don't profit, okay? So keep that in mind. playing consistent demons, you are going to lose way more often than not because data doesn't represent those plays as solid plays, which is why Props Made Easy likes to focus on the goblins, the plays that do make the most sense, the plays that will hit most of the time, and you can pair those up with the regular plays. Let's say, for example, you're on a slate where, okay, I really love DeAndre Hunter points assists under 19.5, but I don't really know what to pair him with, right? You're not sure. You're unsure what you want to do. Pair him with a goblin. Double your money. Turn that 20 to 40. Turn that 40 to 80. Most of the time, it's pretty much a double up when you play a goblin with another play. Also, just personal preference. I like to play 2-mans. I know a lot of people like to play 6-mans and all that stuff. Do what you do. You know what I mean? Whatever you decide to do is completely up to you. You have to go through the steps of sports betting and learn what's best for you, learn what works best for you. The people that I've come across, the customers that I've had, that I've seen most often have more success when they mix and match different 2-man sets. Okay, they don't try to do too crazy, because a lot of times what you'll see when you mix and match the absolute best 2-man sets is even if a couple plays miss from the day, you still are able to make profit from the other sets that do hit. So when you're mixing and matching, you're just raising your probability of being able to hit something. And at least even make your money back. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's what Goblin does. And as you can see, when you look at the Goblins, these are automatically sorted by projection differential. So Zion Williamson's points over 19.5 has a 6.06 projection differential. We have Zion scoring 25.56 projected points tonight, where his Goblin line is only 19.5, which makes him have the biggest projection differential of any player on this slate as a Goblin. Okay, so it just kind of really gives you a good idea of that. All right, hopefully everybody understands that. Again, you can sort through Prizepicks, DraftKings Pick 6. Other prop types will be coming. Right now, Hard Rock Bet is on the verge of being added to Props Made Easy. We want to add Sleeper and all those other fantasy sites as well, so stay tuned. All of that will still come. The Props Made Easy tools have made such a huge jump in our first year. We just hit our first year mark like a couple weeks ago. So we've made such huge strides and big jumps and just added even more data to make things even better as the time has gone on. And we just will continue to do that. All right. And by the way, in the comment section, anybody who thinks of something after this video, after you watch this video, that you feel like could make it even better, let us know. We're here for the people. Especially my job with Props Made Easy is to take what the people want and relay that message. All right. And as a consumer myself, I'm able to really be able to make that happen for you. Now, another update that's been made since Props Made Easy started is our mobile user interface. Okay. At Props Made Easy now, our PME Tools tab at Props Made Easy looks like an app when you're on it. It really fits the screen perfectly. You can see the whole tool right there in front of you. You can sort through all the prop types. Everything's the same, and it really functions like an app. So it's very, very good, mobile friendly. It's very, very mobile friendly now. When in the beginning, it was you had to use desktop mode and kind of zoom out so you could see the whole chart because there was so many different things on the chart. Now it makes it so much easier, and mobile friendliness is fantastic. So you no longer have to use desktop mode. You can use mobile on your phones, all right? And it fits perfectly, all right? Prop types, these are all the prop types that we have for NBA. Our fantasy scores, they come in normally later on in the day. Whenever other sports books drop their fantasy scores and we have something to compare to, then fantasy score will also pop in here. So let's take a look at that. Okay. Now, first and foremost, this is a little off just because we're fixing the chart. We're going to have the chart fixed for fantasy score. But the main thing you want to look at here is projection differential when it comes to this. The fantasy score is at 36 on Prizepicks. We have him projected for 38. That's a 2.07 projection differential. So sort by projection differential is the absolute best way to find the absolute best projection differential if you're doing fantasy score. Okay. Now, it doesn't pop into the regular tool solely because fantasy score doesn't have Vegas odds. Right? And when you try to find Vegas odds on your own, you're really going to skew things a lot. So there's no reason to even try all that. Just compare to other sportsbooks to get the best EV spots and take our projected fantasy score. Makes it the absolute best in the industry. Our fantasy score projections have been amazing. And when you compare the lines on Prizepicks to our fantasy score lines, people have really been having a lot of success just using that. Okay. All right, other stuff. Let's check out MLB. MLB is back today, right? So let's check out MLB. Same situation for MLB as what you saw in NBA. At the very top of the list is going to be the absolute best EV option when it comes to our PME consensus odds. Minus 135 at the top. There's no full point differentials, as we know with baseball. A lot of these lines are very, very tight. They're going to be much tighter than you see in NBA. So that brings in even more importance with our PME consensus odds, because it really shows you, it really gives you that edge. You feel what I'm saying? Because you're not going to have full point differentials like we do in NBA. You're going to have even lines, and you can really find the best by finding that top spot. So Corbin Carroll, hitter strikeouts over 0.5, minus 135 odds on the over in PME consensus. Projection 0.66. So nothing crazy, but a 0.16 projection differential. And at the end of the day, regardless of how big the differentials are, if two sides are on the same side, you know that is a solid play. Brian Bello, pitching outs under 15.5, minus 134 odds on the under. Projection 15.05, a minus 0.45. Shane Bieber, pitching outs under 17.5, minus 133 odds on the under. Projection of 16.41, a minus 1.09 projection differential. So you're getting how this thing works, right? The prop types that we have is total bases, pitcher strikeouts, walk allowed, hits, runs, RBIs, pitching outs, hitter strikeouts, and earned runs allowed. We have a lot of different options there. Goblin does the same thing as it does on NBA. You select Goblin, it'll be sorted by projection differential, and you can immediately know the best option. Justin Steele, pitcher strikeouts over 3.5 would be the biggest projection differential we have for that. All right. Same thing for the sniper tool. It'll snipe out anything that is any type of differential, like a full point differential or a minus 140 and up. As you can see, our top play is a minus 135, so there's nothing to snipe right now. All right. Moving on. MLB first inning is something that people really, really love that just got brought back for MLB this season. The MLB first inning chart, what this does is, I'm going to walk you through it. Let's go over this top one. Justin Steele, Nathan Eovaldi. Right? As you can see in the parentheses right here, that is their first inning run ERA. So Justin Steele has a 2.4. This is last season stats, obviously, because we don't have anything for this year. Last season, Justin Steele had a 2.4 first inning only ERA. Nathan Eovaldi had a 3.24. Both of those are in green because both of those are solid ERAs in the first inning. The PME pick likes the under. You have the odds at minus 115 on the under. These are automatically going to be for under. Okay, because we're looking for no runs in the first inning. Okay, if you see red, that means that stat is leaned towards over. Okay, as you can see, Alex Wood had a 7.5 first inning runs. He struggled giving up first inning runs last season. He's at a 7.5 ERA last season, but Shane Bieber's been great. Now the odds for this one is minus 145 odds on the under, which is a great spot, right? But there's some iffy spots here. Alex Wood, 7.5 first inning ERA. Combined, under ERA right here is the combined ERA of both pitchers in this game. In the first inning alone. All of these stats are just showing first inning alone. 1.42 is the combined whip of both pitchers. Okay? The runs section here shows both teams. All right, both teams runs in the first inning. So out of 162 first innings, 86 runs were scored out of both of these offenses. On this one, out of both of these 162 first innings, 70.5 runs were scored. OPS is the power of these teams. Both teams, on both of these teams, had a 0.675 OPS, which is a low number, which is why it shows green. All right, only 70 runs scored in the first inning, which is why it's green. That's a good number. If it's green, you know it's good. If it's red, it's a little iffy. So yes, the odds are on the under here at minus 145. But you have a few iffy spots here with this one. As you can see, the hit percent showing about 57% because there's other data that says maybe it's a little iffy, right? So you've got 3 reds in this one. But the play is still the under. The odds are very good. You still have the good runs, the good OPS. Same situation here, but there's more data signaling under for this one than it is on this one. The hit percent is at 100%. That doesn't mean it's going to 100% hit. But all of the data is on the same side. Now, a yellow is not going to hurt it. All right? A yellow is not bad. It's not great. It's not going to hurt anything. So we don't count that towards the hit rate, right? But the ERA, 2.82, fantastic. 1.09, fantastic. 86 out of 162, great. Okay, they only scored a run in half the games they played. 0.736 is on the edge. Okay, it's not good, it's not great, it's in the middle. But again, yellow won't hurt it. So the chances are pretty high that this one goes under. All right, so red means bad in the first inning, but at the end of the day, the best thing you want to look at, because that'll give you the best representation, is where this hit percent is. The higher the hit percent, the better the play. And the PME pick will tell you it all. The PME pick on everything is what you want to follow if you want to know if it's an over or under play. All right. And these are first inning run plays. Okay. All right. Moving on. NHL. For NHL, same thing. It's automatically in order from the absolute best plays. All right. Shots on goal over 2.5, minus 133 odds on the over on our PME consensus. Projection of 2.7 is 0.2. Same thing that we've been looking at, man. The prop types we have for NHL is assists, shots on goal, goalie saves, and points at the moment. Okay. Also, one thing I forgot about that is an important tidbit. Apex Sim projections, okay? Now, what Apex Sim is, you can switch, as you see, it defaults to PME projection. Those are our default projections, which are fantastic, all right? Now, if you see a play and you want to get icing on the cake and check another projection source, you can go to Apex Sim. Our Apex Sim, what it is AI simulations, okay? It's AI technology that we built over this year. We spent years actually in the process of creating this thing so that we could have it for this player prop tool. It is AI technology that simulates games down to the play level 1,000+ times to give you a projection from that player with the simulation. Apex Sim, that's exactly what it's going to do. When you click Apex Sim, that is our simulation name. It will show you the simulation. It'll change this projections here to Apex Sim projections, okay? I like to use Apex Sim as just another thing to kind of verify my play that I already like with PME projections. But you can do anything that you want. Apex Sim coming with PME projections. So not only do we have the top-notch PME projections, the Props Made Easy projection sources, but we have Apex Sim simulation projections that just takes things to a whole nother level. And remember, this site is only $20 a month. Okay, you can use MLB as back code if you're watching this today on the 28th. You can use code MLB as back and get $5 off your first month, making it only $15. Another thing that I forgot about, uptrending and downtrending. Uptrending will show you if the player has gone over or under that prop line 4 or more of his last 5 games. Okay, that's all that will show here is an uptrending players. Downtrending will show you the opposite, players that have gone under in 4 or more of their last 5 games. Now, as you can see with the data, that doesn't necessarily mean the under is in play, because a lot of people take last 5 way too seriously, last 10 way too seriously. But this gives you an idea of like Zion right here, right? He's gone under in 4 or more of his last 5 games on his assists. Our PME consensus odds have the under at minus 131 at 6.5. Projections also on the under, so that looks like a solid play. It's downtrending, and all the data also agrees with it. Now, just because these are on the opposite side doesn't make these bad plays. When a player is downtrending over his last 5 games, you can expect him to bounce back, especially if EV is on one side and our projections data is on one side. So take it with a grain of salt, but you can definitely sort by. If you want to just look at hot players or just look at cold players, you could do that by choosing your trending. All right? Next up, MMA. We have MMA right here. We have tennis. We have college basketball. College basketball has goblins. You can click on Goblin and sort by just the Goblin plays as well. It'll show you those projected by Sportsbook Differential. Women's college basketball, PGA, soccer, Call of Duty has been absolutely amazing. Esports has gotten such high reviews through our first year. League of Legends, CS2. The reason you're not seeing anything is there's no lines for anything. If you don't see anything, it's empty. There's no lines on other sports books. If Prizepicks has lines for League of Legends and there's nothing here, that means that there's no lines to compare to on other sports books yet. The moment those are available, you will see differentials, okay? CS2, Nico's looking like a good one. Map 1 and 2 kills under 30.5. Other sports books have it at 27. That's a minus 3.5 sportsbook differential. Okay, so on these sports that you see just plus EV, we're going off the best plus EV spots, the best differentials between where Prizepicks is or Underdog and where other sports books are, okay? And you can compare it to find the best value that way. And then Valorant. So, to sum it all up, Props Made Easy is a site that makes it incredibly easy for you to immediately know the absolute best plays. And these best plays are not off of just like my personal gut call or somebody in an office's personal gut and what they're liking. This is based completely off of data. And the best way to have success in the betting industry is to lean on the data. Lean on the numbers, okay? Just because you have a feeling a player is going to do good because they've had a good last 5 or a good last 10 doesn't necessarily mean anything. Okay, there could have been players out to result with that. Other players on the other team could have been out to make it easier on that player or harder on that player. There's so many different factors that could have adjusted those last games. Okay, the most important thing to props made easy is it makes props easy. For all of the props that we have available to you, it makes it easy to make the smart, educated decisions. You bet like a pro. You play the players that the pros love, and you can find those plays that the pros love within seconds without having to take any of that work, because the main thing for us at Props Made Easy is we want to make it easy for the regular people who don't necessarily have hours and hours and hours on hours every day to be able to research these plays to find the absolute best plays. Props Made Easy makes it easy for you and immediately shows you in order the best plays based off of data. Now, is Props Made Easy going to win 100% of the time? No, but we have had amazing reviews of how Props Made Easy performs, especially if you stick to it, you use proper bankroll management, you mix and match two-man sets, you're playing good strategic things, and you're not just coming in here and saying, okay, NBA, let me scroll down to the bottom of this list. Okay, I'll play this guy. No, take the plays at the top. The best data is backed by them, and those are the best plays. Okay, overthinking again is one of the biggest mistakes you can make. Now, I'm not saying you just even need Props Made Easy. I'm not saying you need Props Made Easy at all. I'm just showing you what value Props Made Easy brings to the table, and you decide whether it's worth it for you for only $20 a month. Using code MLB is back, you can get $5 off your first month and get it for $15 a month. Having all of this data is amazing for that price range. I mean, these other competitors who do kind of the same thing and show you just EV, they don't even show projection stats, are upwards of $60+. That's not what Props Made Easy is, and that's not what Props Made Easy is about. We give y'all as much content as we possibly can, and we're consistently working to improve still. But we're keeping it at that $20 range because we feel like that is a very good affordable range for the regular player to not have to spend most of their bankroll on the tool itself and more of your bankroll on the actual bets that you're placing. All right. So thank y'all for joining me as always. About a 30-minute video to break down the Props Made Easy tools. As always, if you ever have any questions about how anything works, you can hit me in the comments section. I'll be responding there. I'm sure other Props Made Easy members will respond as well. Yeah. The best thing to do is to try these things out and find out for yourself. And Props Made Easy is an amazing tool. We find that the amount of people who stick around and don't cancel is very, very high as well. Once people join up, we don't see a collapse in members. They always stick around because they love the PME tools. And I'm excited for anybody who hasn't used them before to try them out on props. If you're getting started with player props and stuff like that, definitely try it out because it's an amazing site and it's done big, big, big things. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a partner with them. I'm saying it out of just being a prop player in general. This thing really makes things so much easier. I can be out with my son, playing outside with my son, pull my phone out real quick, find the top 2 plays, place those bets, and never even have to walk in the house, never even have to stop playing with my kid, never have to do any of that. I can be out with my girl at a restaurant for dinner, take 1 second, you know what I'm saying, to just put my picks in real quick and be done with it. Don't have to sit there and research. Don't have to do none of that because it's already built into PME. So try it for yourself. Thank y'all for joining me as always, man. Drop that like down below if you love the PME tools. Thank y'all for joining me. And I'm out, man. Peace.